Wait a minute, Big Mama. Blues America will be right back.
Blues America is supported by the Rhythm Room. The world famous and historical Rhythm Room Concert Club is Arizona's premier blues hotspot, hosting nightly live music. Located at 1019 East Indian School Road in Phoenix and online at www.rhythmroom.com.
For our troops and their families, the military is more than a career. It's a journey, and every step along the way, the USO is there.
It's an experience that soldier will never forget. That's what the USO does.
From the time they join to the time they transition out of the military, the USO is there, offering programs and support along the way.
It's way more than a free phone call for us. It's that opportunity to stay mom, and the USO makes it all possible.
Be a part of their journey. Learn more today at USO.org.
Blues America is supported by Record High Vinyl Store in Phoenix, the place for serious music fans and vinyl collectors to find large quantities of first pressings, limited editions, box sets, audiophile, and vintage catalog, including blues, soul, jazz. They buy, sell, and trade, and offer vinyl cleaning and flattening service. Visit the store, located at 4242 East University Drive in Phoenix, or for more online at recordhighinphoenix.com. Like them on Facebook. Record High in Phoenix. Experience one of the last great record stores.
Hi there, I'm Joshua Redman. One of the great things about music is how it brings people together. Kids like to hang out, listen to music, and talk about what's happening on the music scene. And playing instruments and singing provides a way for young people to get together and interact in a cooperative and respectful way. Kids who play in school ensembles understand that every part has to work together for the result to be the magical art we call music. Your local school music program provides a golden opportunity for a child to experience the rewards of learning music. Why not pay a visit to the music teacher to find out what's going on? Get your kids involved with school music.
A PSA brought to you by the National Association for Music Education.
You wanted to be a teacher when you were little, but as you grew up, things changed. Teaching just didn't seem like the best option anymore, so you decided to become something else. But what would your 12-year-old self say? Interesting and innovative things are happening in teaching today, so it's time to put it back on your list. Don't try to convince yourself otherwise. You had it right the first time.
Find out how you can make more at teach.org. Make more. Teach. Brought to you by Teach and the Ad Council.
Damn right we got the blues. Blues America. Right now.
Pour some beer, grab a seat, and kick your feet up. It's Blues America. Blues at the break.
Promotional consideration for Blues America is provided by the Southwest Musical Arts Foundation, this station, and the listeners of public radio.
This is Paul Osher, ladies and gentlemen, and you are listening to Blues. No, that's Shucks. This is Paul Osher, ladies and gentlemen, and you're listening to Blues America.
Headed down to the Chicken Shack. It's Blues America time.
Just turned this thing on, let me tell you what you're doing. You're listening to Blues America with today's special guest, the great Sugar Brown, whose new album is called It's Blues World. If you missed any part of the show or the radio broadcasts on your community station, listen to the podcast available now at bluesamerica.com or on your mobile device using one of the many available apps like iTunes or Google Play. All right, Ken, we're back, and during the first half of the program, you mentioned the Delta Fish Market, one of Chicago's many iconic blues hotspots, and I think you have to be very thankful that you cut your teeth in Chicago kind of at the right time. It's at the end of an era of great blues when so many legendary players were still around to see.
That's so true. I mean, I looking back, I was, I kind of kicked myself that I didn't somehow try harder to get to know some of these musicians, a little bit better, or, even try to become friends with them and so on. And some of them I did, but I was just really lucky. I mean, the first couple years in Chicago, I was going every week up to the north side to see Jimmy Rogers play with Muddy's band, basically.
That sounds like a blast. Explain the story behind the Sugar Brown moniker. Who gave you that name?
Well, Sugar Brown, the name of Sugar Brown was given to me by the singer by the name of Tail Dragger. So it was Tail Dragger and the Lazy Boys, and we played every Wednesday night at this place on the Westside called the 5105 Club. And that was on 5105 West North Avenue, deep in the west side of Chicago. And I was his harp player, and he finally one day said, Ken, you need a name. You need a stage name because Ken is too boring and no one can remember or pronounce your last name, Kawashima. And I said, all right, well, go ahead, So he said, well, we're going to call you Sugar Brown because the line was, you ain't black, but you sure ain't white. So you're going to be Sugar Brown. And I thought about it. I'm like, okay, yeah, all right. All right, I accept that. That's true. True that I'm not black and I'm sure not white.
That's a great story. You're a multi-instrumentalist, singer-songwriter. Which came first for you, singing, guitar, harmonica?
Actually, the piano was the first instrument I played, and I didn't play piano on this album. And then I stopped playing. I stopped taking piano lessons when I was 18, right before I went to Chicago. And then when I went to Chicago, I really threw myself into the harmonica first. And it was Little Walter and his music that really captured my imagination, and I just was playing the harmonica as often as I could. And slowly, also then around the time I met Johnny Burgin, I started playing a little bit of guitar, mostly second guitar, and I'm getting back into the piano now. I mean, a little bit, and hopefully on the next recording I can put a couple of songs that I have that are piano numbers.
Oh, right on. I can't wait to hear that. So you live in Toronto, but you're not a Canadian, right? I mean, well, just what the heck are you? You're not white, you're not black, you're not Canadian. But seriously, I believe you're from the Midwest, right?
I was born and raised in Bowling Green, Ohio. And I moved to Chicago when I was 18 to go to school there. And then I moved to Canada about 18 years ago, or 17 years ago. So I moved to Canada in 2001, just about a couple months after 9/11. And, because I got a job teaching at the University of Toronto.
Well, cool. That sounds like a great gig. Sugar Brown is my special guest. This is Love Me Twice in the Music Bed, and we'll be right back after the Blues People soundbite with the voice of the late great Earl Hooker.
Hi, this is Rockin' Johnny Burgin, and you are listening to Blues America with Drew Verbis.
Blues America, taking you down to the crossroads. You ready? You ready? You ready? You ready?
Blues America. Blues People. Soundbite.
Robert Nighthawk and a boy named Leo Blevins and Kinky Blevins, two brothers. They learned me how to play music, and that's how I first got my start. First, I used to be a bad